Boy, word origins sure can be a puzzle, folks. Am I right? I'll never get tired of that basic joke. But seriously, folks, we have an interesting puzzle in some ways in the diversity of words for love in Germanic languages. English love, German Liebe, are from a common root, of course, Proto-Indo-European, something like Leub. This is reflected in as far afield as Sanskrit, where lupyati is in fact a verb as well. He desires is the meaning there. So probably the root is something like desire, although the root also shows up in words for praise. It shows up, for example, in Old Norse lov, which means praise. Havamal counsels that a man have lov och vit in himself, praise and wisdom in himself, because he can't trust what's in other people. Now, mentioning Havamal, it's interesting to note that the Scandinavian languages don't use this word for love. Instead, what you mostly see is derivations, at least in Old Norse and Modern Icelandic, from a root that we see in Gothic, ansts, where it means something like grace. This is Old Norse ost, Modern Icelandic aust, and then a verb, elsk, elska, in the various different Scandinavian languages. We actually don't know what elska comes from, although there's a notion put forward by Guus Kronen at the University of Leiden, who probably doesn't remember when we were summer students together at the University of Iceland when Pangea was forming, that it has something to do with Allah, which means to nurture, like you're nurturing something in your heart for this person, maybe. Interesting idea. Gothic itself doesn't typically use ans as a word for love. It also doesn't use the West Germanic root that we see in English love or German Liebe, but instead you see roots, you see this F root, Gothic frion, to love. We actually see that in Old Norse marginally too, in Havamal. Text that does have a fair amount of archaic vocabulary. We see friol, to love. So far er frior, the man gets who loves. Now we also live sort of close to a place called Loveland, Colorado, as a regional aside. That does not mean land of love. That is based on a probably Norwegian. I think he was Norwegian. Last name. It's Leafland, so it's not quite as.
Still lovely.
Yeah,